Folks, welcome to the Jake Feinberg Show. Capping off another week of broadcasting, relentless interviews with a beautiful young cat making his imprint in this town and has a long way to go, many chapters to write. Alekos, welcome to the Jake Feinberg Show.
Appreciate it.
You know, can you talk right now about the most satisfying thing about being able to pick up your instrument and express yourself?
The most satisfying thing by far is that I know that no matter what happens, I have a solid thing that I can always fall back on. It's always been something that I can.
So you have a gig?
Huh?
I mean, you have another. What is that you can fall back on?
Well, no. Oh yeah, no. I work in town, but what I mean is that no matter what happens emotionally, it's always it's a rock for me. It's something that no matter what, I know that if I pick it up, I'll almost always have fun. I've also had my moments where I want to throw it out the window, but I haven't because I love it. But yeah, it's something that it's a part of me at this point.
Can you talk a little bit about your practice routine in the sense that I'm talking when you're not on the bandstand,
yeah,
and you're not even jamming with other cats,
yeah.
Are you playing stuff? Are you playing beyond what you know? Are you playing stuff you don't know? Are you improvising? Or you just run through? I feel like there's a lot of, and I'm not a musician, so but there's a lot of cats who shed on the rudiments. Mm-hmm. But yet, Jim Hall, Sonny Rollins, the real serious cats, they were blowing on a bridge somewhere. They were just playing.
Yeah.
And I just wonder how you make it fun for yourself when you're alone with your acts.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the start to try and learn how to improv, because again, my main inspiration has always been Steve Ray Vaughan, and that guy is an improvisation monster. So, I've always had that in mind. Man. It's unbelievable. But I mean, I don't really have a really rugged practice routine. It's always been very much just pick it up and what's a song that I've been listening to that day or that week. And I don't know, for me, it's a lot more about learning. I want to learn new stuff, and when I hear something that really catches my ear, that's something that I really want to get under my fingers. And I mean, I just think that's probably the healthiest way to really branch out into new things and get really, really experienced as a musician.
What have you been grooving on this weekend?
Well, Leon Bridges, that's been really, really fun for me.
Talk about that. I mean, hit me to that. Yeah, I don't know that.
I mean, Leon Bridges is a new guy. He's from Austin, Texas, I believe.
Yeah, new cat.
Yeah, and he has an album out that's essentially just neo soul, and it's just like a super nostalgic sound to what old R&B and old soul sounds like. And I don't know, it's just been really fun to hear that sound in nowadays.
Are you referring to the way it's being recorded?
That too.
I mean because you're talking about old soul.
Yeah.
I mean, I've interviewed Steve Cropper. I've interviewed a bunch of the soul. Dude, they played before headphones were in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, it was the sound, dude.
Yeah.
It was the leakage. There was good leakage.
Yeah,
and now, so many you get caught up in the technology and how perfect things are. So when you talk about the feel though too.
Yeah. No. That very nostalgic. It's like a triplet swing kind of thing. And yeah, it's funny they actually mention about the way it's recorded because on this album there's so many moments where he belts a note and it actually causes the microphone to clip, and that's something that's a very, very nostalgic of that era too. So no, I think that he very much went all the way down, all the way through, trying to really capture that.
Just talk a little bit about your experience, musically at U of A. I mean, you know what it is, I came out here on spring break in the late 90s from Boston University, and I was a sports broadcaster first, before I really dove into music, so, but there's been a really fertile scene here, but I just wonder, what was an inspirational moment for you on the bandstand in your college years?
It's funny because I've never been a U of A student. I graduated elsewhere.
Oh shit! You're just rogue, man. You're off the grid, dude.
But to this day, my very, very first gig, it was just a jam.
Yeah.
At this blues bar in London, where I went to visit my sister, and I brought my guitar. And I remember I'd been there before I actually played guitar, and before I had the blues bug. And for some reason, I was like, I have to go over to this bar again. And so I took my guitar over there, and I sat in for a couple songs. Obviously, nerves are through the roof, but I mean, that was.
But you didn't know anybody. You could just cut
no.
it loose,
No, yeah.
or at least you weren't feeling that sort of, the eyes of the loved ones,
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, the second time, I definitely, I brought my sister. I brought, a few friends. So, that was a bit different, but yeah, it's.
Talk about that first solo you ripped off at that session.
Oh.
When the first gig, the
Yeah.
first night, we were like, okay, I belong on the band stage.
What's funny is that first solo was probably terrible. I've always considered myself a lot more of a rhythm guitarist.
Sure, yeah.
I really like falling into the groove and feeding off of the drums and the bass primarily. The very creative solo aspect is something that I'm still working on, and it's something that I really want to get better at. But that first solo I would consider a pretty bad, but at the same time, I appreciate it because it was the first time that I ever actually played live. So it was.
And that
it was awesome.
and that was just. But you've been living in Tucson, and you went out there.
No. I've been in Tucson on and off for 2 years, but I went to college in England, which is why I went all two of my sisters are actually in the UK now. So
Wow.
I took a train down to London and to go visit my sister, which is why it was so fun.
Alekos, I think you brought up a good point because you may not be conscious of it, but really developing serious rhythm chops increases your improvisational ability.
I think so.
Okay, and to me that's the most exciting thing, and I feel blessed that you're here tonight because these are guys who this is the perfect farm system for you to be incubating it at this point.
I'm really excited, honestly.
How did you? I mean, I feel so connected on a spiritual level to Jonah and the Hawthorne brother, the brothers.
Yeah.
And
Will and Kenny.
Can you just talk about, the vibe that they bring? I think that the thing that really, putting all their music, putting the music aside, which is a huge thing. They seem to have really perfected a very creative way to talk to the people about who they are as people.
Yeah.
And who they are when I see the videos is who they actually really are.
Yeah.
And I wanted you to talk about that authenticity and why you gravitate to that and what you hope to grow because of that. I
mean, I think everyone's always attracted to authenticity and any respect. But I don't know. It's always been I met them at a house show that they did, and
another Tucson U of A gig that you weren't not at U of A.
No. Yeah. It was a house show that they hosted, at their house. So
the greatest fucking house
party.
ever, dude.
And what's funny is that I actually met the Hawthorne guys because of Jaden.
Yo, Jaden, big shout out, bro. Gavin Bibbs all the way and then his son too. That's so sick.
So
So you met him at that party.
Yep, and then I really clicked with them then. I only had about a couple months left in Tucson, so we didn't really get to hang out too much. But then again, once I came back to Tucson, I went to one of their shows, and it was like I never left. I don't know how to explain it. So
yeah, I know.
And it just
that's soul.
It kept snowballing.
It's the soul.
It's
the soul.
Yeah,
when you see you haven't seen people in a while, but then then it became a musical connection.
Yeah. No. Will and Kenny and I we've jammed a fair amount, along with a couple other cats around, and it's always a great time. Like I said, Will is very much a lead guy a lot of the time.
He's a showman of sorts.
Yeah. He's a frontman. That's what. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so I don't know. I just really enjoy being able to just play rhythm, and we'll trade off occasionally, but I definitely feel a lot more comfortable in the rhythm section because I know that the lead's all taken care of no matter what happens.
I dig. No, I mean, so why did they approach you to go on this tour with them? They wanted a rhythm player.
Well, that's the funny thing is that I didn't actually play any of the shows. We just did some of the
Right, you were just
busking.
passed out on the boat or like,
Oh.
like play. I mean, no, I thought I saw you playing though.
Yeah.
On
no.
the boat you played.
No, yeah.
And that
We
was
did.
some sick funk rhythm guitar, dude.
We played a lot of busking, which was funny because
Yeah, no, but that's it,
originally,
man. That is so the way to
It was super
fucking
fun.
go, man.
Yeah. No. I really.
But you
really,
realize not a lot of cats do that as a band.
Really? Busking? Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just
I don't
don't see it in California. I don't see it in the States. It
yeah.
might happen a lot over in Europe. A lot.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, again, those busking days were super fun because I got to learn a lot of their songs along with we were just on the beach, just having a blast. It was amazing. It was a great time. Yeah, and then that sailboat jam.
Well, that's going to go down in history, dude. It's one of the sickest things. I just before I let you go, Alekos, can you talk about your concept of love and how you bring love to the world?
It's a loaded question.
I know. No, I'll tell you what mine is that it's unconditional.
Yeah.
And it's like it's giving without any pretense. It's just the ability to elevate. Actually, most importantly, inspire other people to be themselves. That's my definition.
I mean, ever since I was a kid, I think I've changed a lot in my personality, and one of the things that I really worked on, and honestly, I have to give a lot of credit to my parents because they raised me.
Dude, I mean,
to be who I am.
Your folks are deep cast. I need to hang with those cats.
But yeah,
Are they first generation immigrants or?
Yeah, they are. My mother's Spanish and my father's Greek.
Wow.
But
okay, so give me an example of how they showed you an example of support and unconditional love.
I mean, that's all they gave me, and I'm very, very thankful for that because they've always been, along with my guitar, they've always been my two rocks because they've always been there to support me, and like you said, unconditional love is a very real thing that's needed, and the more you give, the more you get out of it. It's amazing.
That's the thing people need to trust in,
Yeah.
is that it comes back.
It does.
And you question it. It is, but I know that at this point I've touched a lot of lives in a benevolent way, and man, it's been an honor to hang with you, man. And look forward to the day we get
more
on a
hanging.
boat. We'll do some hanging on Morro Bay with fucking Jonah playing the cajon, dude. We'll have a ball. But tonight, honestly, you're gonna get up there with one of my favorite guitar players of all time, and you're gonna meet some seriously beautiful cats tonight.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Love Supreme, man. Thanks
Thank you for
being part of
having
the
me.
show. All right, this is the Jake Feinberg Show. See you later.